Check that out. Still dirt packed in there from when he crashed. That's wild. I hauled this all the way back from California. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Liberty Ranch. You guys ever wonder why I call it Liberty Ranch if I'm working on bikes and stuff? We'll get into that another time. My dad's bike, nothing's on it, so we'll throw the tins on that. But the main part of this video is gonna actually be installing the Custom Dynamics Shark Demon headlight on it. Been wanting one of those for a long time. Reached out to Custom Dynamics. They hooked it up with more than I could ask for. And so we'll get into that. I'll show you guys what I got and we'll get it installed. I got a handful of other parts that we're gonna get installed. So we'll throw everything on and then see how it looks. So I was really originally just looking for a license plate bracket and a tail light. They wanted to hook us up, saw what we were doing with my dad's bike. And so they sent us some stuff. This is what they sent us. Honestly, a big shout out to them, because that's awesome. I think that's so cool if you're in the position to where you have a company and you could hook up other people who are in the bike community and just help them out and get your name out there. And it's just really cool when people can do that. So I'm really appreciative, and let's just check out what they sent us. Right here, we got the Shark Demon. This is a full kit, so we'll get into that further about installation on it and all that. For those of you guys who are familiar with like the Baja Designs LP6, this is the DOT compliant version of that. Those LP6s are super nice, super bright. Hopefully you won't be blinding everybody with it. But yeah, it's a really good looking headlight. I'm curious to see how it's gonna look on the bike. And so not only do we got the Shark Demon, we got the Pro Beam LED low profile tail light. We got the Custom Dynamics plate frame mount. I actually have one of these on my Dyna and I really like it. So that's why I wanted one of these for this bike. The wiring harness to adapt to the LED tail light, and then the base plate for it. And then not only did they send me that stuff, but they also sent me a hat, which is cool, and some tall socks. So you know when I'm riding the Dyna, wear my tall socks, get that Dyna bro status, you know. Like I said, they sent all that stuff to us in support of what I was doing for my dad's bike. It's really awesome. We're really appreciative of it, and I'm really excited to get it on there. So I'm from San Diego, so I like to keep some of my roots on here. So air cleaner cover, gas tank cap, which I showed you guys in the last video, which I got a powder coat. And then this Kruesi Originals, I think this is gonna be the ticket to get the Shark Demon mounted on the headlight brow, because I was debating, I have a fairing. I was debating running that. If I ran the fairing, then I think the Custom Dynamics kit would be perfect for that. But that bracket I just showed you guys from Kruesi Originals, that I think is gonna be the ticket to run this Shark Demon without a fairing and just have the headlight brow. So for right now, I think that's the route I'm gonna go. If I throw a fairing on there, this kit will have everything I need to get that mounted on there. So let's get to it. So this will be the moment of truth. It'll be showing this bike with actual colors I'm gonna be running on it and what it actually looks like. So let's get the tank thrown on there. I'm just gonna set it on there right now so we can see how it looks. I know in the last video, I didn't have time to get it on there, so. Just with a tank on there, it already looks freaking crazy.
I feel like blessing my ride today. I know how much she like rolling. The smoke from the tires away.
I'm just gonna get all this stuff on here. I'm not gonna bore you guys with tightening everything down, and that's why I started with this video with the blue set off of it. I don't want to bore you guys with taking it all off, but I did want you guys just to get a glimpse of what it looks like with the new tin set on it and be able to check that out. The rear fender, I think I'm gonna actually install the tail light, all that kind of stuff. That'll make it a heck of a lot easier. Let's get that going. Blacked out with the black fender, gonna look nice and clean. Let's do what nobody ever wants to do. Check out the instructions. Okay, self-explanatory. Gaskets on there. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm just gonna bolt this base plate onto the fender. Don't want to scratch any paint gum. That's what we call good and tight. Looks like it's on there pretty good. I like how it's just all black. If you guys like this kind of content, you like watching people work on bikes or maybe just ride bikes or talk about bikes, there's a dude who has been a huge supporter of us since the beginning. You know, the wife and I, when we started this channel, I've always done this stuff. I've always worked on bikes. I've always, you know, been into guns, that whole kind of thing. And my wife's always like, let's do YouTube. And I'm like, I'm not really a fan of having the camera on me. I'm kind of a lone wolf. I like to do my own thing and keep to myself. She's started filming some of the stuff we do, and she's always behind the camera, and that's why you guys have great content and actually want to watch it, because if it wasn't for her, you guys would probably have some shaky footage with the terrible audio that you wouldn't really want to watch. So shout out to her for actually putting some footage together and making stuff to where I think you guys want to watch it and enjoy. So that's really awesome. There's a dude, and his channel name is Stiff Rides. He has been following us, and you've probably seen him down in the comments. He's always supportive, and he's always doing cool stuff. He's got a pretty cool channel of sharing his experiences and his stories with what he does with bikes and some of the struggles and all that kind of stuff. So he's a down-to-earth dude, so I just wanted to give him a shout out. You guys should check him out. And yeah, so anyways, let's get back to it. Now that we got the base plate on there, I think we'll go ahead and put the Custom Dynamics plate frame on there. I keep calling it, it's a plate frame mount. The fact that I have the fender off makes this a heck of a lot easier if it's on the bike. I mean, you can pull your tire off, but then you got all that work of you're taking your belt off and everything else like that. So then your other option is to lay there and reach up in there and fight it. So the fact that I didn't have the fender on makes it really easy, because then I just put it all on there and then slap the fender on, hopefully. So you just slap your rubber gasket on there so you don't scratch up your paint. Now they do have a bolt that's hollow. I think that's if you wanted to have the frame that has the wires on it, so you can run your wires for your light. I just got the 3-in-1 tail light to where it's gonna have the plate light, my signals, and brake light. That way I just kind of keep that sleek, clean look. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. It's just my preference, so you guys can do what you enjoy. Yeah, that's one thing that's been really cool about doing this, is just being able to meet other like-minded people that enjoy the same kind of thing and just have some support and encouragement along the way, you know, because like I said, this has been a pretty cool journey. It's been a lot of different emotions to it, and it's just been an awesome experience. And to be able to share it with people and have people give me their opinion and thoughts and ideas and stuff like that, it's just really cool. So now we have the Pro Beam LED tail light, where it's got the license plate light up top, and then it has the integrated turn signals. So we'll get this thrown on there. I like how it's nice and slim. The stock ones are pretty thick. And that's the thing about these FXRs, is they're so narrow that even your license plate is almost about as wide as the rear fender compared to like a Dyna or an M8. The newer they get, the wider they get, and that's one of the things I really enjoy about the FXR is how narrow it is. You know, I grew up riding dirt bikes, and to jump on a bike that is narrow like a dirt bike is just awesome. Now, if this works out to where it's just plug and play, that's gonna be awesome, because like I said, I've done a handful of these, and I'm sat there splicing, soldering, and all that kind of stuff. So if this is plug and play, this is gonna be money right here. So we'll get into it and see if it actually works. All right, let me show you guys this real quick. So the adapter kit, it just plugs into these two. These two aren't used. So as long as you aren't colorblind and you can read, pretty simple. It's not gonna be so simple for me, just because, let me show you. So this would be what you're plugging into. Then you'd run this. What I have over here, I completely forgot about this, is, so obviously there's the wiring on the bike. Comes back, this is for the rear tail light. So this is what I have. It's just all cut up. So I'll have to sit here and figure out what's what. Also too, since I had this fender off, also I noticed, look at how bald his rear tire was. I never really noticed that. It's like a slick, so probably not really the best way to be riding with a slick back tire like that. Kind of makes me wonder if that contributed to the crash, but you never know. So it does have this foam. I don't know that. Can't remember if I used it or not on the last one. Because the base plate also, let me put it through here. The base plate also has foam, so I don't want it to be one big chunk of foam hanging on. Yeah, we're not gonna use that foam. It's kind of funny, I just got through telling you guys like, yep, this is gonna be plug and play, that's awesome. And I go over there and look at it and it's like, nope. Definitely one of those things where nothing's ever easy or simple, or it's always gotta be an extra step. So enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, and check it out. The license plate. I was able to get FXRD, the model of his bike, as a custom plate for it. So it's pretty stoked about that. Get it bent on there. Be pretty cool. All right, so let's just set this on the back here. Get it mocked up. Wow, look at that. Just changes the whole look of the bike. The gold really stands out and pops. All right, so here's our headlight. Some dents and scratches from the crash. So I'm just running the headlight brow, no fairing, more of a simple look. I don't know, you guys will have to tell me what you think of the black and gold, but I'm digging it. All right, let's get that Shark Demon installed on there. The nice thing about having a lift is you can just adjust it so you don't have to bend over and tweak your back all the time. Let me lower it so we're optimum install height here for that Shark Demon. Now I really do like just the look of the eyebrow on the front of these bikes. It's a pretty clean look. Oh boy, let's see what he's got going on with the wiring. That's crazy. There's still little pieces of dirt and gravel from the crash falling into my hand. This headlight still works. It's just that, wow. Try to show you guys this. Check that out. That's still dirt packed in there from when he crashed. Dented. That's wild. I hauled this all the way back of a truck from California, bouncing all over the place, taking it apart numerous times. Seems like every time I take something else apart, there's a little more evidence of the crash, and it's kind of crazy. Looks like he had it taped in here. I don't know. What were you thinking, Dad? Keeping it watertight? I don't know. And it's got that rubber gasket on there, so. All right, there she is, just one of those aftermarket headlights. So before I go taking this off, I don't know if, I'm guessing he spliced this adapter on there for that other headlight. If the Shark Demon has the same adapter, that'd be awesome, because I just got to get it out of here, repin it, and then throw that Shark Demon on, but we'll see. Like I said, this comes with the kit to mount it for a pedestal mount, kind of like for what I'm running on my Dyna. This would be perfect for mounting it onto that, but since I already have the headlight eyebrow, I'm going to mount it onto the eyebrow, and we'll go into detail on how to do that. So we got our in-depth color instructions here. So we got a Shark Demon sticker. Maybe we'll probably have to add it to the sticker wall here, although it's getting kind of full. Maybe I'll put it on one of the cabinets over there or something. Here's the bracket, custom dynamics, that you would run for your pedestal on something like my Dyna, or if I had a pedestal on this one, if I was going to run a fairing on this one. But since I don't have the little pedestal mount on this bike yet, I'm not going to be able to use this. But that's really convenient and nice that they have this, because bolt it on your pedestal right here, and then you mount your Shark Demon right here, and you're pretty much set. So that makes the install pretty simple. So we will keep that over here. Got our wiring stuff. Hopefully we don't have to solder and splice and dice and everything, but pulling apart that headlight bucket, I don't know what my dad had going on with those wires, so we'll figure that out. Got some weight to her. All right, let's check it out. Here it is in all its glory. Shark Demon. It's just got a cool look to it. I mean, it's got like kind of like the black top up here, and then it's chrome down here. I'm really curious to see how bright it is. Looks like it has a lot of good reviews. So like I said, thanks again to Custom Dynamics for hooking it up. That's really awesome of you. Really appreciative, and so stoked that you did that for us. So if you guys are in the market for a light, go check it out. But we'll throw it on there and we'll test it out, see how bright it is, and see how it looks. As I mentioned earlier, since I am running the headlight eyebrow, Kruesi Originals, they make this bracket. It's not cheap, but for the application I'm doing, it's gonna be pretty good for it because instead of the pedestal like this one, this is kind of designed how the stock one is. You just bolt this onto your eyebrow, bolt your Shark Demon onto that, and we'll see how it turns out. So this bracket from Kruesi Originals, you can actually run the LP6 or the Shark Demon, but the appealing thing to me for the Shark Demon was the fact that it is dot compliant, because I've been on the road with those LP6s and those things are extremely bright. I'm gonna leave it loose, that way I have some adjustment, but it's almost like I wanna have the wire running on the outside of this bracket. All right, so I got the bracket on here. Basically, I have the bolts loose, that way I can get my adjustment once it's at the angle I want, then I'll tighten them up. But as you can see, it's pretty slim, and then I'll get it wired up. But so far, really digging the quality of this thing. It's pretty solid, looks watertight and everything, so probably won't have to worry about any moisture or condensation in there. So let's get it on there. All right, I got my stock headlight bucket here. You can see my dad was running that aftermarket headlight, so he had this spliced on here. So I know this one's the ground because that's attached up here, and then I got a 50-50 chance of which one's which. So at this point, the adapter I need for the Shark Demon is right here. So just your red, black, and white. So obviously I'll get the black one wired up, and then I'll just have to figure out which one's the positive and negative. Maybe when I get this wrap off, maybe one of them will actually have color underneath, but if not, it's a 50-50 shot. So we'll go ahead and cut these. And like I said, I was hoping it was gonna be plug and play, but with Dad, you know, he couldn't make anything easy. So labor of love. So we'll get this installed. So up here, I pulled all the wire insulation he had off of it. So we got a yellow and a white. I'm guessing the yellow will probably be his red. Let's hope that'll make it easier for me. I'm just gonna temporarily get these on here and make sure I got it right. All right, well, would you look at that? I guess I know my old man, he used the yellow as the red wire, so a lucky guess. Let's see. All right, so obviously I got all those wires exposed, but I will get those all soldered together, wrapped up, and then we'll get this thing adjusted. Just right now, right off the bat, I mean, that's got a clean, obviously it's not sitting there dialed, but it's just got a clean, simple look to it. It's black, it looks really good, so. Leave my one light on and then turn the key on. Get us close to where we want to be. Right now we'll try this. Now the stock headlight, the reason it was just about a foot above my workbench right here, that's where I came up with that. So let's see if we go to high, then we're nice and high. I think that's gonna be good. That is on there, and I'm really liking the look of it. It looks super clean. Being able to mount it to the brow kind of keeps it tight against the forks, and doesn't look like you have some crazy headlight on there, but it does just give it that extra cool little pop to it, so it's something different. The Shark Demon, I'm really impressed with it so far. Obviously I haven't rode with it at night or anything, but just the overall quality of it, the look of it, I'm really impressed. So thanks again to Custom Dynamics. You guys hooked it up, really appreciate it. and really excited to test it out at night and see how far it shines. But I mean, it's just a nice added touch on the bike. Now we're gonna throw on the air filter cover. I really like San Diego Custom stuff because that's where I'm from. So we'll throw this on there, SDC logo on the top. All right, so we'll throw it on here. For right now, I'm just gonna use this old Allen bolt. I do have some new ones coming from Imes Elite. They're gonna send me some ARP bolts. So I will have an ARP one with a gold washer, kind of just add some. I have one of those on my Dyna, but I really like it. And so having one on here, that'll be, hopefully the gold pops. If not, if it doesn't look good, then I'll just do the, black. So I got the little ARP bolt. They make different color washers. I'll probably get, this one's supposed to be black, but it's like an off color. I have a gold one that's gonna come in, and I'll throw that on there. If it doesn't look good, then I'll do another black one. But for right now, this will be the one on here. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is throw this Landmark gas cap on there. This is the one that will protect the paint job. And I'm definitely not gonna leave it chrome after a lot of comments you guys left in the last video. I think I hadn't thought about it, but I'm kind of leaning towards gold, either gold or black. So I'll just throw it on here right now just so we can see how it looks and kind of give it that finishing touch, but we'll pull it off. So I guess this company actually is no longer in business, or Harley bought them out or something like that. I actually found this one brand new in the packaging up in Canada. So comes with the tool to install it. I'm not gonna put it on there super tight just because I'm gonna pull it off and powder coat it. But I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like with it on there. Well, we got lucky and it actually fits, so that's nice. You tighten this down, there's a little tool, and then this stays on here so you don't have to worry about peeling your custom paint. And then this is just the smaller one, and obviously it'll sit lower once it's tightened on there, but that would be the finishing touch. Yeah, let me know if you guys think gold or black, because last time I was thinking chrome or black. Definitely chrome is not one of the options I want to do, but I am going to powder coat it, and now I'm just debating whether I want to do the gold or just keep it black. Gold's going to kind of tie in with all this other stuff. So my buddy Stiff Rides, he sent us a sticker. As you guys can see, I love stickers. It's kind of like my version of art. I can't draw. If I could draw, I'd probably be doing tattoos or something like that. But since I can't, I like to plaster my stuff with cool stickers. So Stiff Rides, since he's been along since the beginning, slap his sticker right up here, represent him. So now he's added to the wall. Speaking of stickers, I decided to do something that I thought was kind of cool. And I made a couple stickers with my dad's bike, how it started off. I also got some just of our logo of Liberty Ranch. So if that's something you guys are interested in, leave a comment. I'll shoot some stickers out to you guys. I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna have some more made with the blue tin set on it, and then the black and white tin set. So something that I just think is kind of cool. I like stickers, so I thought I'd make some cool ones. Definitely I'll be making some more. If it's something you guys are interested in, let me know. Thanks for following along.